Hold on. Y'all do know what today is, right? Happy Father's Day. Let's get it.
Yeah, hey, this is what Papa Duck, y'all already know, my nigga. Shife on the beat, y'all already motherfucking know what it is. Hey, flex, stop bullshit.
What's happening? First off, I want to say Happy Father's Day to all y'all. And I want y'all to share this post because I'm finna run down the line. Because not only do the fathers should get their credit, but also I got to give it up to the aunties. The aunties, the aunties, the TTs, whatever you want to call them. Thank y'all so much for taking up the slack when your sister, your brother, or whoever, they just ain't doing what they supposed to do for whatever reason, or they could be at work and you helping out. Whatever the case may be, I want to give y'all kudos. Thank y'all so much for being that role model in these kids' life. Also, the uncles, can't forget about y'all. I love y'all to death, man. Y'all don't get y'all kudos neither. We need to have a uncle and auntie holiday because y'all make it happen just as well. For those uncles who take those kids in when your brother done went and got incarcerated, or your sister done got incarcerated, or whenever somebody don't take up the time that they supposed to with the kids for whatever reason. It could be drugs, it could be financial, whatever it is. Thank y'all as uncles and thank y'all as aunties for taking up that slack. And this is coming from me, from my heart. Please share this post because I want the world to understand it takes a village to raise a child. Not only that, I want to give a big shout out to all the grandmas. Thank y'all so much for taking up time, putting the wisdom that y'all learned throughout the years and installing it into these kids. Just taking up the time to make sure that they're safe, you know what I'm saying? Also sometimes with the grandma and the granddad, if they wasn't present in their own kids' life, they take it up with their grandkids. So for those who got it right, who got it together, if you didn't take, the proper time up with your kids and then raise them the way you supposed to, because you was living life, because sometimes life get in the way, and you took it up with your grandkids and you picked up that slack with your grandkids, thank you so much for that. Also, I must say to the neighbors, we do have some nice neighbors that's out there that can let the kids come to the house while mom's working that extra hour at work, while dad can't make it home and the schedules are conflicting. Thank y'all so much for being a good neighbor. Not like State Farm, but for y'all being a good neighbor. Appreciate y'all for that. Most and foremost, I want to give a real big shout out to the stepmothers. Stepmothers, let me tell y'all something. It take a real woman to take up time with your child, to even care for your child, especially if they got their own kids. If you got a woman that'll do that, you better keep her. Because you got a lot of women that don't care, won't even take the time up with your jits. They just won't do it. But for those few that will, I have to give a special shout out to them. I have to. But when you got a woman that care for your kids, want to make sure they got the food, want to make sure that they got the shelter, the proper shelter. Not saying that the biological mother not doing their job, but I want to give a shout out to the baby, to the stepmothers that continue being a mother when that child is in your care. Because like I say, not saying the biological mama is not doing what they're supposed to do, but when that child is in your care, you taking on that role and continue to be a mother, thank you. Thank you. Moving right along, I have to give a major, and I mean a major shout out to the stepdaddies. Because I'm going to tell you something, a lot of our fathers won in our lives. But what we had that replacement of a stepfather. Same as me. My real dad went in my life, but I've had a stepfather that's been there since I was in the 4th grade. He married my mama, still with my mama to this day. I got to give shots out to him. It take a real man to raise another man's child. I'm talking facts, boy. I see all that kiki playing, ha. You gonna know who you with when it's time to get down to the get down. You talking about a stepfather that'll step in there and do what he supposed to do. You understand me? It take a real man to raise another man's child, especially when he has his own children. And I'm gonna tell y'all something too. A lot of times when this man can't be the father that he wants to be to his biological kids because of conflict with the baby mother, you know how that go. A lot of time that man will instill those same things into his stepchildren. And sometimes mothers be like, oh, you do this more with your stepchildren than you do your own children. It's really because that woman allows him to be a father to those kids. A lot of times when we don't get along together as parents, that don't mean take it out on the child. I tell anybody that's still that child's father. I don't care what y'all go through. So a lot of times that's what it be. That man will step in and instill those things into that child, whether it's his biological child, it don't matter. If he raised them, that's his child in my eyes. So that's basically what be happening. So if you have conflict with your baby father or however it may be, understand that child needs his daddy in his life or her life. Understand that. So kudos to the stepfathers. And for the grand finale, got to give it up to all the real fathers out there. The biological fathers. The ones who understood that this is his responsibility. Who never walked off because he on child support. You feel me? I'm one on. Yes, I'm one on. Paid child support for years and I still was there for my children. Why? Because they had nothing to do with that. I never wanted my children to see me how I see my father. And even though my father wasn't there, I don't talk bad on him. I don't do none of that. Why? Because when a child is growing up, they're gonna see that parent for what they are. You do not have to bash that parent in front of your children. You don't have to make them, you don't curve the way they think because of how you feel. That child gonna see that they dad ain't nothing, or they gonna see that they dad is everything. It don't matter. It don't matter. To all the real fathers that's on child support that still stood up in the paint, I salute you. I salute you. Because that could have been an easier reason for you to say, you know what, all I'm gonna do is pay my child support and I ain't doing nothing else, that's it. But you can't take care of a child with a debit card. Let me say it again. You can't take care of a child with a debit card. Because when you have to send that money to the government and then they have to put it on the card, you know what they do? You take away that time that father could have spent with that child. Ain't no more taking your child to the store to buy a pair of shoes or taking your child to the movies. Why? Because you got to send the money in, then the money got to hit the card. Let me tell y'all something as parents. That is no way to raise a child. Because at the end of the day, when that child turns 18, guess what? You ain't rich. The father ain't rich. The daughter ain't rich. It's a game. You know what that game is? That's a game to keep their feet on your neck as a black man. Because it messes with your credit. If you wanted to help your children, you can't. Why? Because the feet is on your neck as a father due to child support. Child support is one of the major things that breaks up families. So I commend you as a father. And if you ain't on child support and you stood up as a father, a lot of us ain't have our own father, so we know how I feel. And you know what? We break the cycle. Because I'd be damned if I let my children see me or go through the things that I went through. Because to this day, as a grown man, it still affects me. So for y'all fathers, the biological fathers that stood in the paint, that signed that birth certificate, that walked that walk, that been there for them children, that did your best. Because not everything you set out to do gonna happen. And I'm talking about the small things. Like I tell a lot of women, don't fault this man because he missed one event that was at the schoolhouse because he had to work. Don't fault him for that. Because a lot of times when the mother can't make it, it's okay. And like I tell mothers, life gets in the way both ways. Not just with the mother, but with the father also. We have to come together. We have to come together. And for those parents who do co-parent to the fullest, I love y'all also for that. Because guess what? Y'all got the child in the best interest. But like I say, if you a father, stand up father, you been up from day one. I'm talking about from day one. Your children love you, don't give a damn what nobody say. Them children see you, they light up like a Christmas tree. When you say, you ask them children they want to go somewhere, yes, they want to go. where my daddy at, call my daddy, I love my daddy. Well, I love you for that, boy. And I just had to put this post out here. Please share this post. I want this to be the biggest post going out on my pages. We have to let the world know it's just not about the fathers, but it's about everybody coming together to help raise these children. And I want to give kudos to everybody. The aunties, the uncles, the grandmas, the neighbors, the friends, the stepmothers, the stepfathers, and damn sure the fathers. It's your boy Papa Duck, man. Share this message. And before I get off this post, I want to say I love y'all. I love y'all, for real, I do. I love y'all. And again, happy Father's Day. I will be dropping the Father's Day song today, and I hope y'all enjoy it. It's about me and my daughter, and that's just one out of my 4 kids. But still, y'all get the message. And again, happy Father's Day.
Hey, this is what Papa Duck, y'all already know, my nigga. Shife on the beat, y'all already motherfucker know what it is. Hey, flex, stop bullshit.